Hi, I'm Ricky Young. I'm here with your daily government report on UTTV. A major development last night in the foreign money probe that has rocked San Diego politics. $60,000 in fines against 8 people who gave $500 each to Bonnie Dumanis, the district attorney, when she was running for mayor in 2012. Here to tell us about it is Michael Smullins, our government editor.
Well, Ricky, this was part of the whole scheme. A high-end car dealer, Mark Chase, had pleaded guilty to this whole money laundering scheme that is tied to the foreign national Jose Azano. And he not only pleaded guilty, but he paid a $80,000 fine earlier this year to the City Ethics Commission.
But I guess he had some associates who...
And some people that worked for him who he somehow got to, be straw donors as well to funnel money into the Dumanis effort. And several people were fined $5,000. Others were fined $10,000 because they did another misdeed in somehow convincing their spouse to contribute. So suddenly we're at $60,000 and 8 more people are involved.
That's really something. And the money went to Bonnie Dumanis. She was running for mayor at the time.
Correct.
Where does that money reside now?
Well, that's a good question. In the past, she's talked about other potential illegal donations, that she would return them. Went on the record on that, and it's been a long time since then, and there's been no indications that she's done that. The campaign, I think, has closed its doors, so she's basically saying that money has to come out of her pocket.
Well, Michael, as you know, my team has covered this as well, and the whole progression here with Dumanis was that she took this money. We pointed it out in January or February when this case first came down.
Yeah.
And at first she said that she would give the money to charity, and then she said that she would give it to the city treasury, which I guess is what the law requires, but only after this whole case has been adjudicated.
Right.
Because this money was given to her mayoral campaign, which has been shut down. So it's a little bit of a gray area, but she has said she's going to disgorge the money, which is the term. She hasn't done it yet. Last I heard, I hope we'll be checking on that today.
Well, and if she's going to wait till this is all wrapped up, we could be talking years. As you know, this is a very long federal investigation.
Right. Interestingly, everybody else gave this money back, including most recently, I think, the Democratic Party, $30,000,
well,
right? Your team reported.
Correct. Yes, just recently. She insists that she didn't know, anything about any of this money. There was money to, a PAC, a lot of money that on her behalf that she didn't know was, illegally laundered, and similarly with this. So she's maintaining, an arm's length at this, but it does seem to be closing around her with every turn of the wheel. Now,
these guys who got fined, boy, that's a big fine. You give $500, you get fined $5,000.
Right.
That's quite a serious statement by the Ethics Commission.
Well, sure. Not only is it that they were funneling money that wasn't theirs, which is illegal, because the part of the campaign donation law is to, at least try to have some clear path as to where the money's coming from. Not only was the donor unknown, but the donor was a foreign national, so that's illegal as well. So there's kind of a couple layers of wrongdoings here, and like you say, the fines are pretty stiff. Collectively, $60,000. That's a big hit from the City Ethics Commission.
Now, Mark Chase, in addition to paying that $80,000 ethics fine you mentioned, had some criminal charges. Any inkling that will happen to these other guys as well?
I don't know, and that's a good question, because if they're acknowledging that they participated in this illegal scheme, you would think that they might have some exposure on that. We'll just have to say this thing's rolling along, as you know, and Chase, I believe in November, we're expecting him to be sentenced, and it could be for a while. This was a pretty big deal he was involved in.
Well, thanks very much, Michael. One other aspect of this is Ernie Encinas, the retired police officer, also involved in this case. A number of his associates and relatives also gave money to Bonnie Dumanis. They have not been fined at this time, but we'll be checking on the status of whether that might be a forthcoming attraction. Thanks for watching the Government Report.